Yo guys, what's happening? Your boy KGCEpic here. So I got a gaming question for you guys, right? What's the most you've ever spent on a game? Now this question has two parts. It's what's the most you've ever spent in one single payment, and what's the most you've ever spent overall. Now, for me personally, gaming is life. Like, if you don't fucking game, you don't know what to do when you're like at home. Is either when you're at home, is either you listen music, you watch a movie or something, or you fucking game. There's nothing else to fucking do, honestly. So for me personally, spending like I'm not even talking about like that $60 shit on Steam. Like anybody could like spend 60 fucking dollars on a Steam game, right? I'm talking about like your most like the payments that you feel the most guilty about. Like after you fucking spend that money, you're like, why the fuck did I spend that much money? For me personally, it was Grand Fantasia. I spent like $600 in Grand Fantasia, which is a stupid amount of money to spend in one single payment. Remember, this is one single payment we're talking about, right? Um, I remember I started the game, right? And I played every class. I do what I do for every MMORPG. I play every single class, or the classes that I think are gonna be the most beneficial, or the classes that I see are the most fun through like playing game, like through gameplay. If I have like a few friends that are a certain class that they say, oh, the class is really cool, the class is really whatever, I'll try it out, right? So I tried out every class in that fucking game, right? Up until like level 40 something, because I wanted to try a PvP for all of them as well, right? So out of all the classes in the game, I remember my favorite set of classes were Necromancer because you could summon the high health demon in PvP, and when you're doing level 40 PvP, no one beats the high health demon unless you're a cacher. And if you're a cacher Necromancer and you summon that high health, then it's just rip mode. It's rip mode all the fucking day long. Um, I also liked Paladin for the tanky heals, Berserker for the tanky offensiveness. But my most favorite class in that game was Sage because of the variability in terms of like gameplay. If you're doing a boss, you could go gorilla mode and tank it. You could go DPS, tank, healer, everything in Sage, right? So I was saying like Sage is definitely the most beneficial class because you could transform to a wolf, to a fucking eagle, to a gorilla, right? And you could choose your human form. Now, I chose Sage for that level 40 PvP, right? And it was insane. Like, I dumped $600 on this fucking Sage, this level 40 Sage. Because I grinded him up to 40, and I did level 40 PvP for a long time because I was fucking it up. And it was just like, start, go wolf mode, run until you reach the corner to go by the crystal. Like, I used to do this like for hours, honestly. Stealth, first person you meet, kill them. 2 hits, boom boom, they're dead. The teammate comes, you turn back, you go gorilla mode, you fuck them up. Like, it was just easy. It was just simple. Simple, 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 simple. Like, I used to just fuck it up for that game. And when it comes to like the game for the most money that you've ever spent total, for me, it's probably Crystal Saga. Crystal Saga is a browser-based MMORPG that you could find on r2games.com. Um, it was insane. No, Crystal Saga nowadays, I hear it's like really really pay to win. Like you could just reach level 50, buy tenets, and then you could just like rape everything. You could just like go through hell mode easily if you buy enough tenets and all that sort of shit. Like I started Crystal Saga in its glory days when it wasn't pay to win. It didn't have Zodiac, tenets, Beast Soul, towers, all that sort of shit. Like it was just Crystal Saga when it like basically it didn't just drop, but they didn't have so much pay to win factors to it, right? And I used to play it at armagames.com, and I used to fucking like play that game religiously. Like I don't even know, like how you breathe, how you eat, how you sleep, you play Crystal Saga, and that's how it was for me personally speaking. Now, the most I've ever spent in that game, I reckon that I spent like maybe over $1,000 on that game, maybe somewhere close to $2,000 on that game, honestly, because the first thing is you must be VIP. Like honestly, you must be fucking VIP in Crystal Saga. You get times 2 EXP, you get free crystals every month, you get a lot of shit. You get extra AFK hours, you get EXP tokens, all sort of fucking shit, right? But you have to renew your VIP every month is 8 US every month. So that's 8 US you must give the game every month, right? And plus, there are a few there were like less pay to win things, but it was still a freaking pay to win game, right? Um, I remember that there was this pet, the Burning Angel, where you had to hatch a Fire Lord, hatch an Angel, morph your Angel, and then use morph crystals and the freaking Fire Lord to morph the Angel again into a Burning Angel. And this took a lot of fucking money, like a lot of money. And then there was this thing called the upgrade for it that they came out later on with the Guardian Angel, where you have to get the Demon King as well. The Demon King goes through the same process as the freaking angel, except it's a demon and not an angel. And then use the Demon King as a catalyst for the Burning Angel to get the Guardian Angel. And it was just like ridiculous. Like I also used to spend a lot of crystals on just like a lot of stupid shit because we used to like idle around in that freaking on that freaking server. Like our guild was the strongest, right? And in our guild, at the time, I was the strongest tank. I was the strongest tank, and then I was fucking about for too long, and then somebody took me down, right? So I was the strongest tank for a long time in the game, and then I became second strongest tank, and I overtook him again because I think he was tankier than me, but I was more damage dealing than he was. So even me and him was to face each other in PvP, I would actually beat him, right? But he was on a higher level. I had better gear, right? So, um, I remember that we were just doing a lot of shit. We used to like go in the freaking battlefield and just like run around naked with no armor on, and nobody could have killed us because we used to like grind. We would grind the whole fucking day on that game, like do all our dungeon runs. Like for you to level up in Crystal Saga, and I always tell people this, right? In Crystal Saga, you could go up at least 1 to 3 levels every day, regardless of your level. You have to do all your dailies, like all your dailies. Like there are a lot of fucking dailies. Like do all your dungeons. They must do all your dungeons. That's like a go-to. Everyone does all their dungeons for the money and the gear and all that shit. But a lot of people skip over a lot of dailies. They just do the dailies that give you a lot of immediate EXP. They're gonna do Redemption, Blessed Bath, and Crystal Ladder, right? And they're gonna do like GRB, Guild Resource Battleground, Sengolian Battleground, Avalon, and that's about it. But if you really want to fucking level up every day in Crystal Saga, and this is crucial because in Crystal Saga, if you went high level, you went shit. Nobody gives a fuck about your opinion, right? Um, and you gain like a lot of fucking glory and fame on the server when you're like maxed out level or like really high level, really up there in the levels. Um, well, that happens for like every fucking MMORPG, right? Um, you have to do everything. You have to do Seed of Life, all your fucking dailies until you have no more dailies to do. The only thing you can do is do fucking AFK mode. That's how you fucking do Crystal Saga. And I used to do that shit for a very long time. That's how I ended up spending so much freaking money on that game. So, for the most immediate payment, Grand Fantasia, $600. For the most I've ever spent on a game, about $2,000 on Crystal Saga. So, tell me what's your digits, guys. I want to know how if mine is seemingly ridiculous. Because if I tell anybody this where I live, in the village that I live in, they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" So you tell me, is something wrong with me, or am I just living in the wrong fucking village? So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, do what you guys gotta do, and as always, stay awesome.